first official day back at work, seeing clients. It went well. Like I said earlier, I like working with little kids sometimes because it kind of can take my mind off of things. So anyways, I was working with this client today and we were playing Beyblades. And you know what? I like Beyblades. They remind me of this movie that I watched when I was a kid. It was like, I think it was called A Summer Tale or A Summer Movie or something. But it was about these kids in neighborhoods, like a coming of age movie and stuff. And their thing was that they like to play with spinning tops. And they would pull the string and spin the top. And whoever like beat the top, the first top to fall down is a loser basically. And so you could take the loser's top. And so there's this kid that like, it was like racist, but he wanted like the Oriental. No, that was the other kid in the movie. This kid wanted like a black spinning top. It was like supposed to be some kind of special top or something. And he thought that if he got it, he would beat this other kid who had this like silver spinning top or something. And he was like the bully of the neighborhood or whatever. So yeah, playing Beyblades with this child today. Baby feel pretty good. I was like, this is fun. We was playing, we was zipping them things across, and then they was hitting each other in the little arena that they had, and mine killed his like twice. It was bomb as fuck. Like mine hit his because I think but it wasn't like a fair advantage though. Mine was like a bigger Beyblade than his. He wanted those were all his Beyblades. He let me use them, and he wanted the smaller one. I don't know why, but you know. So I had the bigger one. That's like therapeutic though, because sometimes he lets me win and stuff, and he didn't start off doing things like that. So, but they wanted the little what is it? Oh, they wanted the little Beyblades. I cannot say this word. They wanted the little Beyblades, and so I gave them the little Beyblades, and then I took the bigger one because I thought it was a pretty color, you know. And then we like was in their little arena, and it was hitting, and mine was hitting theirs, and theirs was hitting mine, and then like mine's hit theirs a certain way, and theirs just like exploded. And I was just like, whoa. That shit was bomb as fuck. I was like, oh snap. And then it did it like a couple more times, and then I switched my Beyblade because I didn't think it was fair, even though they didn't really care. They were just like, oh no, this is fun. I was like, okay. So yeah, that was fun. I like Beyblades. Apparently it's a TV show. I'm gonna look it up and see if I like it, because I don't like robot cartoons. I never like robot animes or robot cartoons. They're boring. You know, I like sci-fi, but like it has to be a certain genre. I don't like robots, and I can do outer space, but it has to be a good tale and a good plot and stuff. I like fantasy more so than I like sci-fi. But yeah, anyways, I went to work today. It went okay. Yeah, it was cool. I saw some kids. I think I did some good work today in therapy with my clients. I'm trying to think. I'm not as anxious. I called Greece to see if I can change the hotel reservation to September. I think I said that before, but then I called Orbitz. I was online with Orbitz on the phone for like 40 minutes. And I think that's like the shortest time you can be on at this point in time, just because I was hearing stuff that people were on for like 5 hours and all sorts of stupid shit. So I called them at like 3 o'clock in the morning, because in Greece it's like, I don't know, it's daytime there in Greece at 3 o'clock in the morning over here. So I called Greece, then I called Orbitz. And so I'm thinking because I called Orbitz so early in the morning, that's why my wait time wasn't like 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 hours. And I was like, good. Even though I almost fell asleep waiting because I was tired. I'm still tired. I'm going to sleep good tonight. Good. So yeah, Orbitz said that they need to email the hotel to change the reservation to September, and then I'm gonna have to call the airline and get a refund on the flight, and then book a new flight basically around the hotel reservation. So that's what I'm waiting on. If anything, I'm just gonna call the hotel number that I have, just to kind of let them know that Orbitz is emailing them, because they're probably getting a lot of emails and whatever. So as soon as it changes on the app and says the new dates for my hotel, then I will cancel my flights and I will make my clients aware that my vacation has been moved to September. I'm slowly coming to terms with it, you know. I was being materialistic. What was I being? I was being, selfish. I'm mad that it took me so long to think of that word. I was like, what was I being? What was I being? I was being selfish. Okay, girl. Yes, I understand. And I can own up to it. And I can be aware of it. I'm still anxious and depressed though. I just feel a certain energy when I go outside. It's like everything just seems like heavy and quiet. And I don't like that energy, I don't enjoy that energy. It's kind of like, it just seems like a funeral. That's the energy I felt all day. And I was just like really just feeling, nasty. But yeah, that's what it feels like. It feels like a fucking funeral. And it's just like, really though? Are we out here with the air of death over us? Because if so, how do we move forward from here? What steps do we take next? Because, this is probably not as intense as people that have gone through wars. And, I don't want to do a comparison of trauma and issues and whatever, because you can't compare shit like that. Because the pain affects you in the same areas of the brain. It feels the same, It feels the same. Just based on what your vulnerabilities are and your sensitivities are. Someone that's gone through war and violence could feel just as much as extreme pain at somebody that was bitten by a dog when they were younger and has extreme reactions to dogs and things like that, and PTSD can, at the base level, it's the same pain as somebody that's been through a war and has nightmares about the war and nightmares about this other person is just having nightmares about dogs eating them and tearing them apart. Same fast racing heartbeats, same waking up cold sweats, same feeling. So that's why you can't really do the comparison Olympics when it comes to trauma and what you've been through, because people can feel, the same feeling without having gone through the same trauma, I would also just kind of because, people throw racism in there and colorism, and some of those experiences that, like, people say, oh, well, I've been oppressed, and it's kind of like, it's the insidiousness and longevity of the oppression that will let you know how deeply it will affect you. So where I got bullied in high school, but now I make six figures and I have great friendships, and maybe sometimes I might have trust issues, but it hasn't reshaped my whole identity of who I am as a person, basically. You know what I mean? Versus somebody that it has shaped their whole identity of who they are as a person, and it hasn't stopped. So, like, if you're Black and you've experienced racism your whole life, like, it hasn't stopped. Like, versus the person that experienced, being bullied in high school, that stopped eventually, right? And so you had a chance to heal from that, to develop your own sense of self and grow and expand, and hopefully you have. If not, then it's just kind of stayed there, and that sucks, and I'm sorry for you. But even if that feeling stayed there, those actions went away. You stopped being bullied at some point. Somebody that is experiencing ongoing trauma through, like, microaggressions and shit like that, that's different. Colorism and stuff, you're still seeing the fact that most of the the black female leads on Netflix shows are of lighter toned skin, are mixed basically. And it's kind of like, okay, well, yeah. It's just constantly, you wake up and you feel beautiful and you feel like, oh, I'm going to heal today. This is going to be new. And you feel like, oh no, once again, we are thrown in the pit of fire. So yeah. Whereas somebody who has experienced trauma or oppression, let's stick with oppression, by being bullied in the past, you're not bullied anymore, but the intensity, like those who still feel the intensity of it, feel the intensity more so in that they think people will bully them. So they're on edge because they think something will happen, but it doesn't not really. It stops happening after a while, just for some people it doesn't, And then for most people though, school bullying, like it stops when you're done with school. For people of color, Black people, it's kind of like, oh no, this is following me everywhere I go. I have no chances to even consider healing. So it's kind of like, although all trauma feels the same in certain aspects, the length of the trauma, and not even the extent, just the length of the trauma, it matters. It plays a part in, opportunities to heal from the trauma. So it feels the same, but if it's too long, you ain't gonna have an opportunity to heal from it. So, that can kind of feel different. My back hurts. So yeah, we got into that conversation. I'm just ranting and rambling and stuff. So yeah, when it comes to this, I feel a sense of, I can't say that it's not traumatizing, but at some point it will stop. So I don't feel comfortable comparing myself to people that are in war-torn countries where it never stopped. And, there's deeper stuff because it's still going on and things like that. So I don't want to say that, I can compare myself to them, but it's still gonna traumatize me. Shit, I don't like this shit. There you go. I don't like this shit. This shit is dumb. Like I hate this shit. I don't like being told what to do. I don't like being controlled. So even this little bit, apparently this is my vulnerability. Even the slightest bit of feeling like I'm being controlled is some bullshit, and I refuse. Something in me just is like, why are you? Well, don't tell me what to do. I hate it, but I understand why it has to happen. Yes, I'm giving total attitude phase. I don't give a fuck. I don't like this shit. So, this is the best you're gonna get from me. I don't like this shit. It's stupid. But I understand why it, has to happen. And I'm going to, self-quarantine and safe distancing and all that other stupid shit because I don't want to be a part of spreading shit that kills old people that was probably made in the lab and shit. I said it, y'all. Oh, it was a long journey, but I said it. My feelings still hurt though. I said what I said. My feelings are still hurt. And my emotions are valid. Because they do hurt me. So, don't let nobody shame you. Just because you bothered by this shit, And I said by what I said in my previous video as far as the girl being mad because I posted the meme about, what was it? Oh, this is like martial law and shit. Like, this shit is scary that they could just snap a finger and do some shit like this. Make it so people have to stay in their house all over the country and things like that. That shit is scary. And it makes you think, like, how often have they done this to people's communities? And haven't said shit to nobody about it. Especially like in the 50s and the 60s when they could do shit like this to people's communities and nobody would know because there wasn't any social media. So I just feel the type of way. I feel like this can be done too easily. They have too much power to lock shit down, like, you know, to make it so you can't move and you stuck here like this. No, I don't like it. I don't like it. I do not like it. And it's done in every country. That every country has that power to do that. I understand why it needs to be done in this situation, but it's still scary to see how much power there can really be. So I'm still not gonna like that shit. I'm still gonna feel like they can just do martial law automatically whenever the fuck they want to do it. And however this ends, we don't know how this is gonna end. You never know, shit. So I can be partial fearmonger because I look at all the sides. I don't look at just one side. Oh, this is an illness, and this shit has deeper repercussions, nigga. Like, this shit has deeper repercussions. Hello. So that's all I'm saying. Like, I'm just saying, think deeper. See all the avenues. Don't just see one. But yeah, about to get on this here computer and respond to these online clients. And hopefully if I respond to them all at once, I can have me like an hour to take a nap and then get back up and respond to the rest. And then wash my face, take a shower, and then go to bed eventually at some point because I'm a night owl and I'll be staying up and watching TV and thinking. And I just don't like, I mean, I like sleeping. Sleeping is my thing, but at night it's just like, I just be up. It's like because I give so much of my day to people. It's like all of the night is for me to do whatever the fuck I want to do. So I just be up like, this is my time to do whatever the fuck I want to do. So I need to do better though. I need to get to bed earlier because it feels good to go to sleep. But yes, so that's it for right now. I might film some more later, so I'm not gonna put an ending yet. You might see me in my pajamas. Oh. Okay. So I took a nap. I was gonna say I'm well rested. I took a nap, so that was helpful. Apparently Trump is calling COVID-19 Kung flu and the China virus and all sorts of stupid shit. So, let's build a foundation of racism, and then every policy that we make is going to be based off of racism. And, yeah. Like I said, I have reached the point where I believe in all of this and the seriousness of it, but I still don't, it still makes me anxious at the power that can be snatched. But yeah, I hate all of this still. I'm still, bothered and upset. You still see me in my pajamas and not really trying that hard with these videos, but I think it's more so to express my frustration and, just show the process of what I had to go through as far as my mental health during this situation. And if it helps anybody else, if there's anything similar that anybody else is going through, I'd love to hear about it. We all got to stick together as far as our mental health, especially during all this stuff. I wasn't prepared for this. I'm sure the world wasn't prepared for this mentally. So see a therapist any way you know how. Talk to somebody. Embrace your emotions. Don't listen to people that are telling you to just be happy and these are the ways to get through, your negative feelings and whatever. No, nigga, we're still going to feel the feelings. I'm going to feel the feelings. I'm going to express the feelings in a positive way. And then I'm going to attempt to move on. It's difficult to move on through things like this. But, and yeah, you can't just compare it to, being in a war-torn environment, but it's still traumatic. It's still traumatizing. We're still in the midst of it. We still don't know what's going to happen, especially with such an unstructured president. Don't know what he's going to do next, what he's going to say next, if he's going to ride this into the campaign year. People are going to vote for him just because he decided to give money to folks and stuff in need or whatever, even though he fucked up this whole thing from the very beginning. And probably a lot of people are going to die. But, you know, people just see what's on the surface a lot of the time, and they forget about all the other bullshit. Like, there's people still at the concentration camps. That's what I'm calling them, with the immigration, you know, camps where they put the children in the cages. There's people still there in cages, and they're still putting people in there in cages while this illness is going around, you know. And before, they were just letting people die in there from like colds and flus and stuff. Now imagine how they're treating people that have this illness in there. And then, you know, not that I have that much sympathy for the people guarding the immigrants, guarding whatever, but they're exposed to the virus as well. But you know, my sympathy for them isn't that great, because you're basically guarding a concentration camp and you're okay with it. So, karma, I guess. But yeah, I hope he doesn't get reelected after this. But you never know what'll happen. I will survive, though. We all will survive. As much as us that can survive will survive. I'm going to be truthful, though. I'm still irritated about my trip, though. But, you know, it is understandable. And I will move forward. And I will reschedule. And things will be better. So, praise the Lamb of God. Later days.